Hey, good afternoon, evening, good morning, whatever time it is. I'm Scott with B2V Ministries, and I want to start off by apologizing for not getting this posted on time. Life has been fairly crazy at my house, and we are down to one vehicle, and that vehicle seats five, and there are six people in my family, so it makes things a little bit difficult. But I want to jump right in it today. We are on our last segment for the core series, and it is Christian ordinances and required essentials. And today we're going to be talking about our calling. Um, but first, let's remind us of our purpose. The purpose of this channel is Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. And so, as we do this, we're going to begin to sharpen each other and hopefully get some more conversation back and forth and more discussion. Um, but the goal is to help each other to grow and be closer in Christ. And so again, this week we are going to talk about our calling. Um, Quick overview, just so everyone knows, everybody is called. We're going to talk about everyone's calling, and then we're going to talk about specific callings. Now, I don't have notes for any of these, so it's just kind of off the cuff on this one. But first, I can tell you that everyone's calling is to spread the gospel. The Bible tells us that we are called to go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. And so that is your calling for everyone, is to spread the gospel. Secondly, is to be a servant. The Bible tells us that the first should be last and the last should be first, and that we are to be a servant. Jesus came, he lived the example of what we are to be, and he came not to serve, or not to be served, but to serve. He came to be a servant. And so we should also be a servant. This episode may be fairly short due to the uh, the context in which we're teaching, because callings are very, very individual, very specific. But we can see that everyone's calling is to spread the gospel. Mark 16:15 tells us that. Um, and then we are told also that we are servants. And so Mark 9:35 tells us that if anyone wants to be first, he will be last of all and servant to all. So everyone is called to be a an evangelist, to spread the gospel, and to be a servant. Now, specific callings. This is the part where everyone kind of goes off on their own, um, and does what the Lord has called them individually to do. Now, what does that look like? I'm not sure. Uh, for me, it looks like being a utility player. God has called me to help. And so that is what I do in many cases. I will go and help. Um, I help with Bible study at a homeless shelter. I help with our praise and worship team. I've helped with Sunday school classes. Um, I've helped cover uh, services at church in a variety of things. I've helped clean and just a variety of things. Whatever the Lord needs, that's what I help with. So the Lord called me to be a helper. For some people, that's what the Lord is calling you to do, simply to be a helper. Um, for some people are called to help the body through cleaning, some through music and praise and worship. Some have been called into the fivefold ministry as evangelists and pastors and preachers and teachers, and so your individual calling is specific to you and the talents the Lord has given you and what He's called you to do individually. It really depends on what part of the body you are. You could be a foot and carry the gospel into different parts of the world as a missionary. You could be called to be a hand to help people wherever needs help. So the Lord will call individuals specifically, as well as everyone as a whole has been called to um, to go out and spread the gospel. Uh, so it's fairly simple. It's a fairly short video because it doesn't take much. My suggestion is if you're not sure what the Lord has called you to do, just get in the church and start helping wherever there is a need. I can guarantee you, if you go up to your pastor and you say, "Pastor, where can I help?" There is a need in the church somewhere where he can use you. So, uh, if you're not sure, ask your pastor, "Where can I help?" That may be in a youth ministry, it may be in a children's church, it may be in the nursery, it may be cleaning a toilet. Who knows? Could be taking care of the grass. Those are all things that can be part of our individual calling and our individual ministry, because whatever we do to the glory of God. So if we have been tasked with a task in the church, or with helping a neighbor, or discipling someone because you're more mature in your faith, then we need to do that as though we're doing it for Christ, because ultimately that's who we're doing it for. So this week is the last week again for this core Bible study series, but I'm going to ask you to pray about God's calling for your life, to get involved with your local church, and to share this course with someone that you know, so that maybe they can benefit from it also. Um, I know doing this class has been fun for me. It's been enjoyable. I really enjoy helping other people. And so I will continue to put out videos here on YouTube. And there'll be, a variety of videos. Some of them will be Bible studies. Some of them may just end up being little tidbits and thoughts that came to me. Um, I know there was one that came to me last week while I was making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the kids. And sometimes the Lord will just speak to me through simple things in life that we do every day. And as long as we're open to God's revelation, He'll speak to us in ways that we need to, in ways that we can understand, and He'll tell us things that we need to know. So be sure to keep in touch. You can contact me. Again, I'm Scott Bates, sbates182@gmail.com. I'm on TikTok at lazyhat.net and Telegram at sbates182. I do not get notifications from Telegram, just simply because I would get notifications all day long, and it's annoying. So the best way to reach me is via email or through TikTok. Email is a preference because then it's personal. It's between us, and it can stay confidential. So please feel free to email me anytime. And again, I look forward to continuing the work that we're doing here. And I apologize for the late posting. Life has been crazy. But until next time, God bless and be safe.